everybody, and welcome back to Dicing with Death.
Another day, another character.
Yeah, so let's roll some stats for Ryan's new character. Now, we can do it 3d6, we can do it 40-61, or we can try out a point-buy system, which I have been fussing with. And I'd like to give it some more testing, some more tries. So whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable with. If you want to do 3d6, 46, or point buy. Depends on how you want to make a character.
I have to choose?
Yes.
Explain to me what this... You sent me a point buy link that you were... I don't understand it, though.
All right. So there are a number... You'll get a set number of points depending on how strong of a character we generally want to give you. And then you kind of pick stats until you have spent no more than the number of points you've been given. I think in order to use this, you're going to have to make a copy on your own Google Drive thing.
I don't know if I want to use this. I'm generally opposed to point buy system. I was just trying to figure out what was different here, or what.
Forget the point buy altogether. Roll
is it
stats.
like some sort of like exponential point, but where it gets more expensive the higher the stat?
Yeah. I think all point buy systems are that way, and that way you can you can make a character to your desire, and then it's not so broken. There are other point buy systems out there, but I didn't like them. I felt like they were too lenient. First off, they all were like, well, if an 8 or lower is free, and I hated that. So I've made all different stats cost points. So it's not. So there is incentive to get stats lower than an 8, and then I made higher ones a little bit more expensive. I like this point buy system over the other ones that I've seen around.
Yeah, I still think rolling is the way to go.
Then let's roll it. It's our tradition here. Those of you that are interested in the point buy system, you can find it on the Regal Goblins website in the toolbox under the tools section. You can just search for point and you'll find it there.
What strength of character would we even want to roll, though? How would we even want to do? How do you even? But I think it's kind of, if you're like, I want to play demigods. Let's all make super characters.
Right. Or
use the point buy.
Yeah, or we need we want to have like a pretty heroic campaign, or we want to have like a really challenging campaign where everyone's just a bunch of peasants. So
I want to have a weak ass campaign.
Well, yeah, but sometimes you want to I'm a peasant and I'm going to try and save the world, and you want to start with the kind of a shitty stats and then grow it as time goes on or something.
How do you grow stats?
You can
harvest the souls of your enemies, and
or you could even do optional rules where it's like, you can gain points to strength or dex or whatever as you go on if you wanted to. D&D is very flexible. You can add rules as you please. But let's roll some stats for Ryan. What is good stat rolling music?
Yeah, you think about that. I think I'm gonna set up a cam and roll the old-fashioned way, if that's cool.
That's good. Do it. That's not good. Stat rolling music.
I haven't had a chance to bust these out. I put those brass dice you got me in a fancy little chest, and I haven't had to remove them since. All right, let's see if we can. Maybe I'll just. Let's see if I can. Maybe I want to. Inception. All right, is that a thing? There's a thing.
Okay, I can see things. I can't read any numbers, but.
Well, we'll get. There's not even dice.
Okay, good.
We're getting to it. Okay, building up the tension.
I definitely
make
more
us
tense
make
music
us a little more. Make us a little more. Oh, you can do town music while we're character creating. Are you getting motion sick watching my jiggly hand?
I don't get motion sick. I'm good. There we go. Oh, that's not good dice rolling music either.
Okay, can we? This isn't a roll. I'm just going to place them so we can see. Those are actually pretty good. We can't actually see though.
No,
not at all. Let's see if I can. There's got to be light. On? Yeah. Pause just a sec. I probably should have just turned the camera off for all this. All
so
right,
we don't see your messy
floor. Is that any better?
No.
Well, can I not get away with? Kind of. All right. This is what the break was for.
One hand holds the camera, the other hand holds your cell phone with a flashlight app. There you go. Or maybe you hold the camera in your teeth so you can roll the dice with your offhand. I don't know.
Production value. Flashlight app. Okay. I think are we upside down?
No, that's fine. That's fine. We can see it all.
Okay, so can you type these in as
Yes, I will write them into everything as you roll them.
Because I just realized if I don't have any hands free, how can I roll dice?
That's why you have to hold the camera in your teeth.
That's actually kind of where I was going. If I
all right, go for it. I can't read any of those.
All right, getting it out of my. This is gonna be slow going.
It's fine. It's fine.
This is ridiculous. I don't know that this is working. I can read them, but
I see a 5 and
there's
a
a 5,
2.
a 3, a 1. That's a back and a 6. We're mirrored, aren't we?
5, 3, 1, 6.
Yeah.
So that's a 12.
Are we doing 4? Drop the lowest. We didn't actually decide.
Yeah. That's...
How do I stop inverting the video? No mirror effect.
That's not inverted. That's correct.
Really?
Yeah.
That's inverted
unless
for me.
your mouse is inverted, or your mouse pad's inverted, because the map of Arcadia is in the right direction.
Okay. Well. All right. Wait. 5, 3, 6 is 14.
Yes, 14.
We want to. Well. All right.
5, 3, 4.
5, 3, 4 is
That's a 12.
12. Whoa, we got a floor die.
Those are always rerolls.
Yeah. Oops.
Yeah.
It's a 6, 2, 2 plus. I'll just reroll one of these.
8 plus. So 11.
Yeah, and we're gonna recover floor dice.
Hide the floor.
Harebrained schemes. I think we might be rolling 3d6 from here on out. Alright, how do I...
God.
I'm still here.
Yep.
I'm gonna need to find that die. Well, we're rolling 3d6 from here on out. I'll find that at the break or something. All right. Okay. These stats better work, otherwise. So there's a 7. Should I roll a 4th, or are we just doing 3d6?
Yeah, do a 4th. Roll 4th.
It's 6. That was worth it.
So 12.
12. 5, 2, rerolling 1. 5, 2, 4.
That's 11. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stats out of 7.
Yeah, rerolling 5, 5, rerolling the 3. Rolled away. Should we chase it or get it back on Arcadia? It was a 3 was higher than what it turned out to be.
So
so
13?
it's a 5, 5, 3 is 13. What are we at?
You're at 6 stats out of 7.
Come on, need a real stat here. 5, 2. I should have just rolled and told you what they were. 5, 2, 4.
It's another 11.
Gets S. Another 11.
All right, so you've got 11,
Some
11,
basic
11, 12, 12.
stats. I got a
13, 14.
weak ass character, is what I got.
You do. Should have gone with the point buy.
Should have gone with the point buy. All right. All right. All right, chat. We're still dizzy. All right, I need to download a character sheet. What are we thinking for this campaign? Did you have any ideas? You were like, I'm going to send you this link, and
man, I have ideas. Oops, that is not the right map page.
should I go join Finalizing with Death or something?
No, not yet. I had some ideas earlier that I wanted to play out, and I'm not sure how they're gonna work anymore. I kind of want to set you. How would you feel playing a dwarven noble?
Dwarven noble.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do a dwarf. Dwarf. What would a dwarf? I could get up to 16 con or something if I rearrange those stats.
Your highest stat's at 14, I think, right?
Oh, yeah.
You get
15
con. Yeah.
Which I think that's just like a +1 HP. Huh?
+1 HP.
Or wisdom. Is cleric an option, or is this a?
Yeah, cleric would be an option too. Yeah.
All right, let me download a character sheet and get this started.
Yeah.
Where? Yeah.
I'm thinking about setting you in like Tharnum or something in Eridon during the same time period as Frozen Frontier. So we can kind of see a little bit more about what's going on in the mainland while everything's falling apart and there's wars happening. And I've always thought that the section of dwarves in the north of Eridon would be sort of like trying to set up their own dwarven kingdom now that everything's falling apart. And so this would probably be you playing some sort of like young dwarven noble trying to create a kingdom for your people.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll make a crafting character if I can work that out.
Ooh, like one who makes your own
proficiencies. Gear. Yeah, either an armor smith or a weaponsmith or both. And like if we survive, the quest can be more about assembling legendary items than about. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Like looking for ingredients and.
Yeah.
Fine metals. And I feel like in Dwarven society, I think something like that might be. Noble. All right,
yeah. I can be down for that.
Yeah, we'll give it a try. I don't know what all these proficiencies are based on, so we'll see how these stats work out. But that might be a way to mitigate mediocrity. I hope I roll well for HP. There we go. 14, 12, 11, 12, 11, 13, 11. That's pretty well rounded across the board, actually.
No, nothing bad.
Yeah. Not gonna have a ton of bonuses, but hey.
Alright, where is our other Dicing with Death campaign? Dicing with Death Koibu version, that's what we're looking for.
So this isn't gonna be an evil campaign, I take it?
No. Well, at least it's not starting evil. You never know how things end up.
Yeah. Here I've been daydreaming about my next Dicing with Death necromancer, death cleric, death knight. How are we gonna I don't know, rule the world, flip the D&D
Well, if you want to do like a
no,
I'm going to raise the skeletons of the dead in order to help my people. Someone's got to
do it at some point. I don't think it's time. I don't think these stats are good enough to make the
okay.
But the Eridon is just ripe for the taking. Like I buried so many bodies in the soil. It's just ready for a necromancer to come through and just bring the plague. But I don't think this is the time.
Okay.
Unless I don't know if you have any plans along those lines, but
I haven't planned this campaign at all. Let me put it that way.
What were you thinking with dwarfy dwarfs?
I'm thinking
Did you-
it's
do you
going to
want-
be something along the line of what map are we on?
Hmm.
What was this map? Maw Tower? What is the
Maw?
Maw Tower? Oh, this map that we're looking at here is...
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
It's an old map. Oh god, I can't remember your character's name. The one who died by fireballing in a dungeon, in a tower.
Fenric?
Fenric. This is Fenric's
The
map.
Wild Mage? Yeah.
This is old. Oh my.
I can't see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, how did we get to this page?
I don't know how this map still exists.
Yeah.
Alright, we are just gonna
Is that me at, yeah, that's me at 5 out of 5 HP? Maybe just 5 HP?
That's
That about
you
but
before you get blowed up?
blown up by a fireball?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to make some adjustments here. So why don't you start setting up your character while I start setting up some things?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the fillable character sheet is not working on my computer. That's fine. So let's think stats. And if you can multitask and give me backstory, I can handle that. Or not.
Yes. The character sheet isn't working for you though?
Yeah, but I'm on a Mac.
It should be working for Mac. Was it not though? That's very frustrating.
No, it's not auto-filling in stats. But I am in preview. I might...
Are you using an online editor or like Acrobat
no,
Reader?
I downloaded it, but I did not Acrobat Reader. Download it and see. So if I go to 15 con, that would give me +1 HP.
Yes.
I think that's probably worth it, unless wisdom. 14 wisdom does give me an extra first level spell slot if I go the cleric route. Did you have any thoughts on clerics or on
You could be a
class at
cleric
all?
of the god Say or the god of crafting if you wanted to do crafting and clericness. That would work well.
Mm-hmm. How is Acrobat Reader so huge? Just want to read them. I think that may be the way to go. We've only got the 113. Yeah, I'd probably put. Okay. And then I'm going to take a gander at the proficiencies just to see. I assume we're starting at level 1. Like you said, noble. Does that imply you wanted to play out a particular thing?
I have some ideas. It might be better to start you off at level 2 or 3 for this. I know that kind of doesn't necessarily jive with the Dicing with Death style. But I think that might be better for us.
I mean, we did. I guess Mama B is the only one we did with starting at a higher level than 1.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like weaponsmithing, armor are both warrior only. So I'm probably looking at another dwarven warrior priest multi-class.
I think for smithing, I would be willing to say dwarf. If you're a dwarf, you can get the smithing regardless of class, just because it seems like a very dwarven societal thing, you know?
Okay, so just go straight up. So just priest, but allow.
If you want to do a priest, I'm not saying you have to do a priest, but I would allow a priest to smith.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to bring you to a different map. And drag us over here. And turn off the grid. We don't need this open anymore. Okay. Cool. So I'm thinking about starting you in Tharnum over here.
Okay. So I am in the correct campaign now. The Dwarf Gate River. Let's see, where is Tharnum?
It's right by the Dwarf Gate River.
Yeah, I see it. I'm trying to get it in perspective with the rest of the campaign. Okay. So will we be playing out Demon Aftermath stuff? Is that what's going on at this time?
Yeah.
Or did that not?
I think we might be doing like a year after that. I think we might be setting you at the beginning of 1512.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about the exact start time. I'll probably want to work out some details of that. Do you want to roll for hit? Ooh, we should pick a level for you.
I haven't, and I also haven't set my class.
Okay.
Let's see if. Still installing Acrobat Reader, so I'm hoping that this will solve my problems.
I'm thinking about doing. I think level 3 would be a good start, since you will be. I think this is sort of like you're part of an existing society, and people are going to be pinning their hopes on you, and it wouldn't make sense for you to be a first level person, and they're like, "Save us." You know, I think it's maybe more of like you've just hit 3rd level, and you've got to go through like a. Not quite a coming of age ceremony, but like a proving yourself as a useful member of the clan moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's also possible that mastery of weaponsmithing or something would make up for it, right?
Yeah,
I'm beginning to get a reputation as a blessed armorer. How many proficiencies do we typically start with?
Non-weapon is 4, unless you're a fighter, or unless you're a rogue.
I think priest is 4, unless you're a warrior. It's 3. Would there be advantage to multi-classing into fighter? Is there a reason you were pushing away from that?
No, you can totally multi-class into fighter.
Because that would get me extra attacks, extra weapon proficiencies.
Extra attacks?
Extra HPI, you could expertise or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah. You can expertise as a cleric too, though.
You can? Are you sure? I thought it was just for single class fighters. No, I think it's. I totally screwed up installing Acrobat Reader, and now.
How do you screw up installing Acrobat Reader?
I poked
Don't you
it
just
while
hit
it
the
was
next button over and over again?
I poked it while it was. I got impatient and I poked it while it was installing, and everything is messed up. Okay. Yeah, clerics can make magic items actually, but you need to be leveled, not huge. Yeah. And actually, the smithy skills are all int based, which is interesting. Blacksmithing is strength. So I think it's meant that enchanter wizards are the best crafts people, but dwarves can do dwarf things, right?
Yeah.
All right, so this is gonna be like a dwarf, so a noble, like an heir to. Are we in Tharnum or are we in the hills around Tharnum? Are we hill dwarfs?
You are definitely hill dwarves.
Oh, right, because mountain dwarves are the dwarf dwarves.
Hey,
Right.
hey now.
I mean, I'm gonna have
All
to get into the
dwarves
mind.
are valid dwarves.
I'm gonna have to get into the mindset of a hill dwarf, though.
The greatest dwarf ever was a hill dwarf.
Flint Fireforge.
That's the one and only. Actually, he might not have been a great dwarf. He's just a lovable character. Yeah, I do think we want to set you in Tharnum.
Yeah, in the city of Tharnum.
Let's see. I think we want to set you in maybe like an outlying village, and you will probably be one of the heirs to in your clan. Maybe not like the next one, maybe like second in line or third in line. Of like a clan that has a village near Tharnum, a mining village. So let me go see what they mine in Tharnum, and we'll see what your people are digging up. Eridon.
Oh, Balrog was also an armorsmith, wasn't he?
Maybe.
He just never got it. Yeah, Balrog Blacksteel. He was going to be a famous armorer, but then he got caught up in adventuring and got himself eaten by a purple worm.
Okay. So the three things to mine near Tharnum are copper, silver, and coal. So what do you want your family to be mining?
Copper, silver, and I think coal.
Coal.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why my mind jumped to that. None of those are like, it's not like coal is involved in steel making.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Copper and silver are just precious metals. I guess copper's like bronze, but bronze is not.
Yeah, copper is your everyday, we're going to work it and build stuff with it metal in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Silver is your, we're rich motherfuckers metal. And coal is your, we're dying.
It may not, coal miners may not be the most prestigious, but it's good business. You'd be surprised.
You know, I really think we should bring back coal in the real world. It's such a wonderful and cheap resource. Lots of coal. Yeah, well, let's do some coal mining. That'll be fun. So, what is your clan's name? The Black Lung clan?
I was thinking there might be some black in there. Not black, like, or soot, or...
Mm-hmm.
Black fire is already a thing. Yeah, I'm not getting that. Wait.
Ash fires.
Ash fires. Ooh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I've already done black steel, right?
You have done black steel. Balrog black steel.
Mm-hmm. That would be perfect here. This could be the black steel, and
Balrog was just a distant member who traveled to a faraway land.
Yeah. What if we do that?
Yeah,
black
okay.
steel.
All right.
The official line. I mean, Balrog did some time in prison, wound up on the other side of the sea.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or maybe totally unrelated.
We'll figure it out as we go along. That's how we do it here.
All right.
I think I'm gonna try a more Ryan style of DMing in this one.
You mean you're not going to prep for me?
Yeah.
You mean it's going to take like 4 years before we get a dungeon?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean, we actually will prep and all that other fun stuff too. It's not gonna take you 4 years to get a dungeon.
You mean more avant-garde style D&D?
I mean, I'm probably going to. For the longest time, you and I always sort of just winged all of our campaigns, and I sorely miss the days of kind of just like improvising and winging and stitching it all together on the fly. And I want to. I would really like to try go back to the old ways of kind of like just seeing how it goes and winging it. So there'll be a little bit of prep and a lot of winging, and it'll be fun. Maybe a little bit less heady and a little bit more adventure-y. Probably a little bit more lenient on rules and society rules. What are you thinking for your stats?
I've right now looking at 12 strength, 11 dex, 14 con, 12 int, 13 will, 11 charisma, 11 perception. Does 12 strength actually get me anything over 11? It gets like 5 more on the weight allowance.
Yeah.
Versus an extra henchman. An extra perception. I think strength is fitting. Dwarf, and then I need to look up what dwarves get. So were you saying we're starting at a higher level?
Yeah, let's start you at level 3. Did you multi-class?
I haven't committed.
It's time to make a commitment.
If I'm multi-class, how would we do starting level? I mean, it seems like in Dwarven society, you'd be trained as a fighter anyway. Maybe. I mean, what would I have? Would I have grown up as a noble heir, or would I have grown up as a?
You would have grown up as one of the lesser noble heirs who would probably have been taught or have been given someone to teach you more useful things rather than pure leadership abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a cleric, that would make sense, or as a fighter, that would make sense, or maybe started as a fighter and then found the calling, and you're multi-classed. If we were going to multi-class, I'd probably start you at 2-2, and if we're single-classed, I'd probably start you at 3.
So it'd be level 2 spells. I'm reading up on dwarves right now before we get to that. And are there differences in the different dwarven subraces here?
No. We just have dwarves.
All right, I got +1 con, -1 charisma, so that would take me to. Right, you think 15 con is worth it usually? That +1 HP.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna do with that 14? I guess you would put it into
potentially either get a first level spell, or get a higher int for proficiencies, which is probably not necessary.
I wouldn't go for the int, but 14 wisdom is 2 extra first level spells.
Rather than 1 extra first level, and
right.
So first level spell better than 1 HP. I think the HP is probably going to be more reliable.
Yeah, definitely in the long run, the HP is going to be better. In the short run, the spell might be better. But if we're starting you at 2nd level already, you're already going to have 3 spells. So that'll be fine. Yeah, I would go 15 con, 14 will.
Dwarves don't get bonuses with any weapons or anything, do they? Like, they always have the swords. It's not like in later editions where like dwarves get maces or hammers or whatever.
No, but I feel like if you're gonna expertise, you'll expertise in one of them, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I mean, so if we were doing by the book, I definitely would have done a multi-class to get those crafting proficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
But doing it, I think I should multi-class.
Okay.
God, my weight allowance is so low.
Yeah. That'll be interesting, especially if you're wearing armor.
I know, I'm gonna just be super slow.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to mount me on top of a donkey or something, or...
Yeah.
I mean, I think it'll have to be like I don't bring anything with me. I'll have like armor and a weapon, and have to find another way to get gear moved around.
Well, I also think that being encumbered is sort of a default state, so it should be fine. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll do a. We're bringing back the black steel, only not quite as effective.
Mm-hmm. Without regeneration this time.
I think 19 con didn't give regen, did it?
Didn't you have? Yeah, that was the deal with him. Is he had regeneration? I don't know how we got you.
No, he didn't have regeneration. He just had 19 con.
Okay, you just ran forever.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's 20 con to get regeneration.
Yeah, I think a fighter priest makes the most sense. Or is it warrior priest? What do they call it?
19 con does give you +5 to HP rolls, though. If you're a fighter.
If only.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do a fighter cleric. I also don't think we're going to go super deep on the religious stuff. I mean, I think it's just kind of part of dwarven culture. I was probably signed up as a choir boy, a bellows boy, or whatever they have in dwarven society.
Mm-hmm.
And especially for like a bunch of Sayer worshipping dwarves, it's probably like the church is like working the metal, right?
Right.
That's all the prayer that I need.
I think your faith comes through your craftsmanship. So maybe like when you are praying, you might not be like sitting in prayer. You might be tinkering as a way of like showing your devotion, right? So maybe like your morning prayers are like weaving together chainmail or like shaping something to do, you know, shaping wood or whatever.
Yeah. Praying over the fires. Need endurance. No, I probably won't have endurance. All right, cool. Hair. Do we know anything about these black steels?
I think they are one of the like looked down upon families in this area. You know, they're the coal mining dwarves, and you need the coal mining dwarves to like get the coal to forge the to fuel the fires of industry, but at the same time, like they're the coal miners. You know, they're always dirty. They're often sickly, and they're perhaps more cantankerous and drunken than the rest of the dwarves, which is saying something. I think that's how I'm feeling it.
Okay. There's no way we can see my character sheet as I'm filling it in, huh? Well, I could
you could screen share.
Yeah, let me see what happens if I do that. Should we try doing this? This is crazy.
This is fine. I just need to.
Do you want me to like put my should I just not even get rid of my cam as we should have ages ago?
This is fine. This is fine. I just need to adjust things so it looks.
And if I move my sheet, then everything will.
Yeah.
How much does a 4.5 foot tall dwarf weigh? Like 200 pounds or something.
That's not right. Yeah,
Dwarven. See my things.
We see your things.
Dwarves. Base is 40, variable 5d6.
Oh, are you doing for age? Hold on. I have some slightly adjusted ages for my dwarves. I can find it.
Shall I roll for handedness? It's the ghost of Balrog. How about that? D10. Oh, is an 8 a left-handed or something? No, 8 is...
Right-handed.
8 is
9 is left,
still.
10 is ambidextrous, yeah. So what were you rolling for?
Just handedness.
Okay, wasn't there an age roll or something that you were also trying to do?
I was thinking about it, but I just put the middle-ish, unless you had adjustments to make to that.
Let's see. I was just gonna say that dwarves are age about 3.125 times like humans. So take human age, multiply it by 3.125 to get dwarf age, or dwarf age divided by 3.125 for human age.
I don't know. I'm 55. How's that sound?
That's fine.
Is that young?
Yeah. That's like 17 or 18. Yeah.
Okay. Guess I can fill in saves. Actually, and we're gonna do level 2/2.
2/2. Yep.
So I'll roll my HP. I'll do saves and then roll HP.
Yeah.
Looks like dwarves get a bonus to saves, depending.
So your weight should be 2d4 plus 40? Am I reading that right? Times...
Ooh, and 14 con gives me +4 bonus to saving throw versus rod, staves, and wands.
Oh, nice.
And poison, toxic substances.
No, its height should be 2d4 plus 40. That's what it is.
Saves are somewhere down, aren't they? In combat or something like that.
Yeah. It's also on the DM screen.
Yeah, but you're already capturing my screen. So I think at level... Do I get to choose by category for the best saves?
Yes.
Nice.
So 10, 14, 13, 16, 15 versus... you know what? Your cleric saves are better across the board. They're just 100% better.
10...
14,
10. I get a +4 on rod, staves, and wands.
Oh.
13.
16. And then spell is 15, and you get a bonus to spell save?
No, but
No.
I think there's like a 20% magic resist or something.
Sweet.
Oh, and spells. You're right.
I thought so.
Dwarves are sweet. Is there? Oh, I guess then the magic resist is to a 20% chance to malfunction. +1 on goblins and things. Bonuses against biggins. 60-foot improvision.
Do you want to roll me your height real quick so I can calculate your weight?
I just said I was 5'6", 200, but we can check your system out. So what would you like me to roll?
2d4 plus 40 for your weight, or for your height.
For height?
Yeah. In inches.
Is that in inches?
Yeah.
That's tall. 46 is... That's tiny.
Yeah, my dwarves are kind of shortish. 5 feet seems way too tall for a dwarf. Did you say 5'6" for your dwarf height?
I said 4'6".
4'6"?
So
Okay.
46 is shorter than... 46 is not even 4. That's 3'10".
Yeah, you're just shy of 4 feet.
That's like half of a human. How much do they weigh?
Times 1.2. So your base weight would be 103 pounds if you had an average frame. Oh, you're also a male, so times 1.1. 115 pounds would be your base weight.
Sounds like a scrawny dwarf.
At 4'10", 115 pounds?
Yeah, I always imagine dwarves as like weighing comparable to a human, right? Because they're medium creatures with comparable physical stats.
I say I had dwarves be 20% heavier for their height than a human would be at that same height.
I think your characters have eating disorders and they're not proportioned for a Ryan-sized world. That's fine. Okay. I'll play an anorexic dwarf.
I don't think that's anorexic, because 115...
I think 3'10" is pretty small. Yeah.
Yeah, but 3'10", 115, are you saying that weight is too high or too low for that dwarf?
That seems reasonable. Maybe it's just smaller than I imagined. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if dwarves have like half human movement speed, it always makes sense for them to be about half the height, right?
Well, yeah, but they could be all arms and torso. That's short, true. Stubby legs.
If you want to play a taller dwarf, I can get behind that.
No, that's fine. Because, Alright, I think I should probably roll for HP, and then maybe like money.
Sure.
Should we HP now?
Yeah, so that's going to be 2d10 plus 2d8 divided by 2, and then plus
2
on top of that.
Can you do parentheses and stuff? We'll see if this works. 2d10 plus 2d8 divided by 2, and then I'll need to add 2 on top of that.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
not bad,
good, actually. Yeah.
So that brings us to 11.5 plus 2, 13.5.
Yeah, I think the dead average roll for you would have been 10. So 11.5 is a 1.5 above average. So 13.5 HP for you.
All right. Roll efficiencies. And I imagine we probably won't play this week.
No, I will need some time to set it up.
Efficiencies. So, did we get 4 weapon and 4 non-weapon? Plus int?
Yes.
Oh, I can get an armor proficiency as well. And shield, probably. What's the most dwarvy... Ooh, you've separated on body and pack. This is new.
Mm-hmm. And they should auto-calculate their weights.
And you've only got 1 column for proficiencies, so you just got weapon and non-weapon all together.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. How many language slots do I have? 3. 7 non-weapon. Chat says I'm obese. All right. Am I still a medium-sized creature?
Yeah, I think by weight you definitely are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe not by height, but...
Okay. Do we have any neighbors? Would I speak Elven? Do we interact with the
Definitely
elves
not.
across?
Definitely not. But you'd speak Common.
Common and Dwarven?
Common, Dwarven, and you could maybe speak some monstrous languages if you so desired.
Yeah. Goblins or hobgoblins or...
Yeah, something like that. Let's see if I know what exactly is in that region.
And then... Oh, money. Do you want me to roll for money? Or do you have other thoughts?
You are the son of a noble family, but you're kind of lower down in the chain. So why don't you roll for money and then like increase it by 50%?
Okay. Human or sorry, not human. Warrior or
You get to pick the better of them.
which I think is warrior, right? 5d4
Yeah.
times 5d4 times 10.
Yeah.
So times 15.
Mm-hmm.
So 165.
Yep. That's pretty good. It's a lot of cash.
So do I want a pole arm or a axe and board? I feel like a shield is more... Whoa, where'd you go?
I disappeared temporarily. Yes.
Am I running your prep stream for you now?
Well, I figured since your camera is your character sheet, I should just put my cam up for chat. Otherwise, my screen is just blank and weird.
I'm a noble coal miner. We
The noblest of the coal miners.
the noblest of the coal miners. So we are just one of many dwarven houses in this town. Is this a dwarven town?
Yeah, it'd be a dwarven village sort of thing. You would, I think, be entirely dwarven. There might be like the occasional human or gnome or halfling who lives here, but we're talking like 85 to 90% dwarven in make. Probably no halflings, but there might be a few humans and a few gnomes in the area. Definitely no elves. I don't feel like the half-elves would ever want to come up here and mine coal with you. I think the humans in this region are probably... I don't quite want to say social outcasts, but like self-ostracized or self-imposed exiled people. Yeah.
And weaponsmithing. Oops. So I'm going to use your proficiencies.
Wonderful. I hope that you do.
And it's glitching out on me. What have I done? Okay, weaponsmithing is 2. So did everything 2, 2, 2. So that'll be 6 slots just on my...
You're doing weapon, armor, and blacksmithing?
Yes, I have to do blacksmithing, right? Blacksmithing.
Right, I think the weapon and armor are subsidiaries of blacksmithing, or dependency, or blacksmithing is a dependency of the others.
Yeah. So weaponsmithing is int -3. Int here is 12. Have you ever messed with Roll20 character sheets?
I have. Their second edition ones are unsurprisingly chaotic and messy. And then with our adjustments to THACO and AC and everything, it just gets fucking complicated. And with our extra perception stat It's just the 2E character sheets for Roll20 are not worth it. 2E's too complicated.
Blacksmithing, strength, and you made it a 2 slot instead of a 1 slot, right?
I believe so. I don't. Whatever the document says that you're looking at.
All right, so we're gonna go. Battle axe is the dwarf weapon, correct?
Of course.
Let's take a look at your weapon options.
Axe battle. There you go.
What pole arms do you have in this?
We have I think 3 or 4 sample pole arms. Then you can kind of use those same stat blocks for other pole arms because they're all really pretty much the same thing. They'll be under pole arm, comma something. Yeah.
What do the red ones mean?
Red ones mean they need a weaponsmith to make.
Battle axes don't need a weaponsmith?
Maybe it's a commonality of being found. No, I think battle axes you could make with a blacksmithing proficiency. Things in red need a weaponsmith to make. Things in green can be made by just a regular blacksmith if need be.
And the halberd has reach 2. Reach 1 is no, or reach 1 is
melee.
Melee.
Reach
What's the
2
Bec de Corbin?
I think that's I never remember what these things are. What is a Bec de Corbin? It's got the the hammer on one side with a spike on the front and like another spike on the back.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a halberd proficiency. The question is, do I take expertise in battle axe or halberd?
If you're going to be doing crawling around underground, you might want to take the battle axe.
Yeah.
Because the halberd's a little bit long.
So I'll be battle axe, and it's expertise.
Yep.
And probably shield proficiency.
Nice.
And do you allow armor proficiencies?
No, scrap that stuff.
Okay. Are there fighting styles? What does sword and shield allow? Or what weapon shield?
Sword and shield allows you to still get your armor bonus from your shield while you make offhand punches or bashes or whatever.
I think I'll take that then.
Yeah.
What is it called? Shield fighting?
Fighting style, sword and shield, or
it's not axe and shield.
Axe and shield, yeah.
A true man's weapon. And okay. So, battle axe. I will get +1 to hit, no bonus to damage, D8. Can't throw it, slashing. I don't have any thrown weapons. This is going to be a problem.
No, I don't think so. At some point, of course, you can always pick up a light crossbow.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They
which have no proficiency requirement.
Yeah, your hammers can't be thrown, Neal. You need to fix that.
No, I don't think I need to fix that. I think throwing hammers is kind of a ridiculous thing.
You should know. No? You're so wrong. You don't even know. Look like Highland Games type stuff. Like Scots throwing hammers into battle. Yeah, no, it's absolutely. You can throw a hammer like hundreds of yards.
I suppose you could throw a hammer like you could throw. If you can throw an axe, you can throw a hammer, right?
Yeah,
so
think
go
more
ahead
Yeah, literally hammer throw is an Olympic sport, Neal.
Yes, but the hammer throw in the Olympic sport does not. It's about distance, not about hitting a target.
No,
is it?
these are like the world's first siege weapons right here.
All right.
Just taking a big weight and throwing it as far as you can at some dude you don't like. But I think they would just have the same stats as hand axe.
I would treat it just like same.
Oh, actually, yeah, or maybe. Anyways, what am I looking for? Halibred. Wait, I don't care about that. Case. Ten. 2 slashing / piercing. Speed 9. Speed is 9. Glaives are also the same thing. Glaive and partisan.
Yeah, I would take glaive and partisan are also under halberd. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you could pick any one of those that you want for your thing, or we could all. I mean, they're all basically the same concept. They're like an axe with some other thingies attached to them, and they're all variants on the same weapon. So you could take specialization in that weapon type, and then those are just like variants that it would apply to.
So my battle axe weighs 3.5. It's gonna cost me 5.5 gold. Halberd. Weighs 5, and it costs 10.
Music's a little intense.
Halberd will probably be in my pack, actually. Medium shield is dwarf appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shield. There's just buckler and is Aspis the medium shield?
Yes.
10 weighs 16.
Yeah, it's a big heavy thing. You might be better off with a buckler shield.
What does the shield proficiency do?
I think it increases the AC of the shield by 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a buckler.
Yeah.
Is that like a dueling buckler, just like a little thing?
Yeah, it's a small thing strapped to your arm.
Yeah.
It still allows you to use your offhand.
Mm-hmm. 5 pounds. At the cost of 3 gold. Alright, and armor. Ooh, plate is out of the question for show. Even a chest is 350, not gonna happen. So it looks like we're working with chain. With 146 gold, I can easily get a full suit of chainmail. That weighs 40 pounds. What encumbrance would that put me in? Sure, there's no armor proficiency. 40 pounds. I'll just be 2/3, I think.
So this is one of those areas that has always bothered me, and we've never really sorted out, is that armor for smaller creatures should weigh less than armor for medium creatures.
I'm still a medium creature though.
Right. But then the takeoff of that is that smaller creatures should then have lower strength to accommodate, so you can't have like an 18 strength gnome or whatever. You have what, 11 strength? 12?
12.
That seems reasonable. I would be willing to give you a lower armor weight for your armor because you are just shy of 4 feet tall. You're pretty big around, but you're not as tall, so I would be willing to reduce it to 30 pounds for you.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think some of this campaign may be armor customization, but we'll see. We'll see if we get there, if it winds up mattering, or if it's just flavor text. Right, that costs 80, so that will bring me to 146 minus 80, 66 gold. That's still a sizable amount of gold left.
If you know, there was an armor system that I've kind of been wanting to test out. I don't know if maybe this is the right time to do it or not, where armor doesn't increase AC, it decreases incoming damage. Instead, and then your dexterity and your shield and maybe fighting styles would give you AC changes, so that would differentiate between like your armor will absorb incoming damage. You know, how would you feel about testing that out?
We could test it. Have you? That's dangerous business. There, clicking links in chat.
It is.
Fortunately, that actually was a buckler, and it was being held properly. We could, I mean, if you want to do that as part of this campaign, I mean, it seems to make sense with an armorer to do a more involved armor system.
Yeah, let's test it. And if at some point it becomes stupid, we can roll it back and just use regular rules. And
do you have a crafting system in mind? Like you were doing some beta crafting with Ferris.
Yeah, I do have a crafting system.
Would we do something similar to that?
Something very similar to that.
And is there like a possibility of getting better weapons and things?
I haven't sorted out the betterment of weapons
or better armor, even like
definitely.
There were different qualities, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we can see about that. But for now, armor is 5. Shield is 2.
Right.
If we change the system over the next week, that's fine.
Right. I will give you the absorption of your chainmail in a little bit. That's something I'll want to fix before the next time that we play. But I think generally speaking, the chainmail will absorb like 3 or 4 points of damage. The first 3 or 4 points of damage.
Interesting. And if it's less than that, you don't take any damage?
Right. So if someone stabs you with the dagger and they roll a 2, it just gets caught in your chainmail and doesn't do anything at all. Which will make certain weapons more viable against certain armor types and vice versa, you know? So that that war hammer that you have might not be that as useful against someone, or it might not do as much damage as a slashing, as a longsword, but then as soon as you fight someone in chainmail or plate armor, that slashing sword becomes completely worthless, and the penetration of the warhammer will be perfectly effective against a person in plate.
Oh, you're thinking different weapons will do different things.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, let's play around with that system a little bit.
Yeah, that seems cool.
Okay.
Holy symbol is not on the equipment, but is that usually 25 gold?
Yeah.
Is that under some like special?
It's probably just not on the sheet at all. But I think rules is written, it's there.
Maybe my holy symbol is like a blessed hammer.
Ooh. Okay.
Like an ornamental forging hammer or something. Maybe it is actually used for forging, but it probably wouldn't be used as a weapon.
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, it's probably not ornamental. It's probably something that you actually use to craft with. It might even be...
Yeah, but it'd probably be disrespectful to use... Like, I won't use it as a combat hammer, I don't think.
Right, that would be disrespectful. Maybe as a weapon of last resort, you know... Similar to how a priest who has like a big iron cross might not use it in combat, but if he's about to die, he might pull off his cross and beat someone over the head with it.
What does hammer use? I'm wondering if hammer proficiency... I think battle axe is still a noble dwarven weapon, isn't it?
Yes. Definitely.
Shield... The axe shield fighting style gets me punches with the shield. Maybe I'll pick up a hammer proficiency later. Halberd's probably more fun than hammer. Yeah. Okay. I'll think about it, but this is probably... Cool. Anything else you can think of we need to do? Is there equipment I need? I probably should at least write down like belt pouch, backpack. I'm not gonna super worry about once we decide on what the campaign is.
Yeah, you should keep some leftover money so you can gear yourself up for whatever quest you undertake.
I think this is more or less it. I didn't settle on. Save this. It's gonna be Zweihaard Black Steel. It was Einhard, but then I realized there was already a Black Steel the first, so we got the second here.
Zweihaard.
Nice. And why is this not saving? I don't understand. Are you Acrobat? Ooh, and I will have 3 first level spells that I'll need to think about.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna do Sayer for your god, right?
Yeah. Although I don't think I don't know that we'll need to do any particular priestly stuff, as in like specialist priest. I mean, I think we can just use generalist priest rules, although you can choose spheres accordingly.
Right. And I have a spell list for Sayer for you if and when you want it.
Yeah. Yeah, I will probably have a pack mule or something.
Okay.
Does the backpack not count against
weight?
Yeah.
It should. Just like at the gear section for your pack should start with backpack.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Does the backpack itself weigh anything?
It does. 1.5 pounds for a leather backpack.
And it costs 2 gold.
Mm-hmm.
So to even use a backpack, although I guess I don't have anything in a backpack, but I'll probably buy it anyways.
Yeah, it'll be needed for you. You will be going off on like an adventure to prove yourself as you come of age.
Yeah. And I do not have enough to afford my own anvil. So all of this crafting is for naught.
Well, you
it's
don't
like
want to
75
carry
gold.
Yeah, but who carries an anvil with them anywhere, right?
A cleric of Sayor.
But doesn't it weigh like 200 pounds or something?
You've got it listed as 100.
Okay, still, it's heavy. It's too heavy to carry with you.
All right. So, what else do we need to do? I think we're done here. You want this character sheet, or are we feeling good?
Yeah, you can send it over now. We might make some more adjustments to it in a little bit.
All right, we can. I'm gonna turn off screen sharing. We want to go back to the regular view.
Yes.
Wait, stop share.
Okay, now I need to reshare my camera. Oh, I can't because of that. There we go. Now I can. God damn it, Neal. What have you done? I think I need to delete this one too. I can't start my video. It's dead.
It's okay. We don't need to see anyways. All right, let's see if.
Yeah, you don't need to see my face.
All right, I think I sent you a PDF. If you care.
I have a face now.
Ooh. So, do you want to tease anything about this this campaign, or are we pretty much bringing it in for a landing?
Let's see. New armor system. Dwarf in the Hemdakos area. The Hemdakos Hills.
Supposed to know what that means?
Hemdakos Hills are the region near Tharnum, that big hilly area. Let's see, there was a war there some time ago. Let me take a look at the history of Arcadia. There's some shit that went down there. When was that? In 1508, so 3 years ago, some Grell appeared in the Hemdakos Hills in huge numbers. The new queen of our Eridon, Kiara, in the first year of her reign, tried to drive back the monsters, yada yada. She tried to talk to the Gold Dragon and have the Gold Dragon fight the monsters for her. The Gold Dragon said, "Fuck off. This is your first big test as a queen, and you'll never earn the trust of your people if you don't do something about it yourself."
Is this High Castle or Stormheim?
Stromheim.
Which queen? Stromheim?
Yeah, that's the capital. The High Castle will have a count in charge of it.
Okay.
Let's see. After much arguing, Queen Kiara called her banners and sent General Mofkers to quell the Grell. The Grell crew proved to be more troublesome than expected. Their abilities of levitation surprised the Eridonian forces, and lots of people died when swarms of Grell descended from the sky at night onto an unsuspecting camp below, because they just like levitate down into your camp. This would prove to be a favorable tactic of the Grell, one that would give them the best victories, and one that would also be their downfall. The incursion lasted 9 months and badly bled the kingdom. So many soldiers died in the first 4 months of the campaign that with no sign of progress, that barons began appointing new landlords to replace knights sent to war under the expectations that they would not return. Many of these knights returned to find their lands and holdings given away or repossessed. Soldiers that were paralyzed by the Grell but ultimately survived were shunned under the belief that the Grell reproduced by laying their young inside those they paralyzed but did not kill. The source of the Grell was never found, but after their defeat at the Battle of Highland Camp, where the Eridonian forces set an ambush for the Grell, they fled back into the hills and vanished. That's pretty much all that we need to go into. So, large Grell invasion some years ago, and they all kind of disappeared at some point and are probably still around.
So they invaded Tharnum?
They appeared in the Hemdakos Hills and started just like coming down into populated areas, including Tharnum. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And Tharnum is the city we will start in?
Yes. Technically a town, but...
What was the population like? What are the demographics of Tharnum?
I am glad you asked. There is a reason I spend hours doing this. Let's see. Dwarf County, which is where you are. Tharnum has a population of 5,400. It has 47 outlying villages.
Is it all dwarves, or is it most?
The Tharnum itself is maybe 75% dwarf, 25% human, or maybe 60-30, and then 10% mixed races and halflings and gnomes and shit. You're from one of the outlying villages, which is
run an outlying village, or yeah. I think it's probably a mine, like it's probably a coal mine.
Right. I think
it's like a coal mine with a work camp and our crude keep or whatever we have set up there.
It's probably actually like 5 or 6 villages all nearby that have their own mines, and then you have, your clan runs these 5 or 6 villages. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Is there anything...
And then who's the Count of Tharnum? Is there a Count Tharnum?
Let's see. There would be a baron in Tharnum who's in charge, and then there would be a count in Keldaram, which would be like the head of Keldaram, Tharnum, and Milfaldur are the 3 cities in this, 3 towns in this county.
Do we have words on who these are?
Oh, let's see. Tharnum. Tharnum. No, we do not. So we get to make it up. The Baron is a Baron, not a Baroness, in Tharnum, and can be called Baron.
You can take the whole week to think about it if you want.
Oh,
You
I
don't
won't,
need to-
though. I won't. Maybe I will. I'll try.
Is she a dwarf?
He is a dwarf, yes.
You said okay.
A Baron, not Baroness. Yeah.
Baron. Okay. And,
You-
and Keldaram is also dwarven-ish.
Would be dwarvenish, and the count would be a dwarf, and is also male. So
And then
male
we
count,
probably-
male Baron. The head of your family is a female dwarf. So your mother would be the head of your family, I suppose.
Who can tell the difference, anyways? Do we finally get to find out if dwarfs come from eggs? We'll see. We'll play this campaign out, and maybe that'll be
Maybe you'll hatch from an
that'll
egg.
be the Cadbury cream filling after we get to the bottom of things.
Okay. Anything that you want to touch on before we call it a day?
I don't think so. I'll be playing Zweihard Blacksteel,
Zweihard.
dwarven fighter cleric.
Okay. Cool.
And I don't know what the grand adventure here will be, but I think we're in some interesting times with yeah.
Yeah. Good.
We'll see.
You did send me your character sheet. Perfect. I will. Yeah. I guess that's that. Zweihard. Here you go, buddy.
Zweihard.
It's very hard. It's twice as hard. It's Zweihard. Okay, we're done here. See you guys some other time. Bye, everyone.
Next week, right?
For Dicing with Death?
I think so. I think we can do it next Tuesday.
Perfect. We'll see you guys next Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is 7 p.m. Central Europe time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.